So welcome to Inner Space Talks, where we come together to talk about all things psychological, philosophical, spiritual, etc.
We're going to explore philosophical, psychological, and spiritual treasures. We're going to kind of look at how different cultures, different people have looked at this question of self and how it develops. And then that place will be a place that we can all experiment and try to learn and grow in that sense.
There's a lot of things that are learned, but there are also some things that are part of our animal. But we're so out of touch with our animal, and we think that we're way more in control of it than we are, so that, when it's concerned about this stranger sitting next to me that I haven't met before, like, all these things add up and make our animal feel uncertain or unsafe. And we rationalize it as being something else, when it really is just that our animal hasn't been taken care of.
Instinctual fear is instinctual. It's born into you. Sometimes we call it common sense. There's no way you can ever live a vision without courage, but fear goes along with it. You're going to have fears also.
And then I thought, what's in the way of me being open? Just being open, expressive, being open-hearted. And ultimate is fear, but it's this idea of not getting my needs met, not being protected, and not being safe, And so all these ideas, and then when we think about all these silly fears we get, it's like all the silly fears I got surrounded by this concept of my animal not being safe, in the sense of like if I, if my, when my mother was depressed, if I did anything to make her depressed, then she was not going to feed me. So then ultimately I took that as a message out in the whole world that if I met anyone and anyone who's ever depressed, they're not going to feed me.
It seems like a lot of our fears are not just fears, that really are kind of substanceless, that really maybe could be called anxiety, and not really something to actually be afraid of. The other thing is, really, it seems like fear should be maybe more embraced and not like not being scared of fear, and rather, finding it as something that's useful, it's natural, it's supposed to be there, it's not something to run from.
We love our comfort so much that we're afraid of anything that might inhibit us from that. So we'll use, we'll make up excuses to keep us from our aims because we're afraid of losing the mediocre existence we already have.
I think part of it's also thinking that we know what's going to happen, and that, if we take this risk, then this is going to happen, and that I think that's part of the thought process that comes along with fear. Is like, if you do this, this might happen, and that comfort might be lost, but you really don't know what's going to happen.
Overthinking.
And, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just don't know, and a lot of the times, the things you do know aren't in reality, and
I think that also, when Carl was saying dreaming big, I think also sometimes for me, dreaming too big or focusing only on